What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S., part of the Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com is a go-to website for all things foundation related. As we kind of come here into the meat and potato of what we do. 707 is what we jumped into this year. But the book bag drives and all the other different things is what we actually do. That's our thing. So, but yeah. So on that note, let's start our show off with because it's travel day before America's birthday. So 250 years. Celebrate it or don't. Just let other people enjoy being happy. Like, I don't need this. Everything doesn't need to be a think piece. You can make your think piece on the second, the third, and the fifth. But like, let people enjoy barbecues and enjoy the day off. And if you don't want the day off, you know what? It's your American right to go fucking work. Go work. But let's start off our show with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
Jaden, what we got?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another morning edition of Big Games BS here on Friday, July 3rd. This is your first time at the show. Welcome, and thank you guys for joining us as we bring in the weekend for you all. So we got our MFTK section to kick off this show with. We got a couple of familiar posts to share with you guys on the big screen if you guys are familiar with the show. Then we're going to transition on from the end. From MFTK to NCAA. We have one quick thing to touch up on before getting into some college rivalries, getting into some players, and then getting into some statues as well. After the college, we're going to head over to the NFL, start over with the Jags, the Duval's team. Got a quick couple things to touch up on before we get into some quarterbacks. Before we get into some more players as well, branch out into a couple other sports for a quick sec, and finish off with our Big Games BS section, where we like to bring it outside of the typical sports world, like to bring the conversation to our BS or Bussin' Food review segment. And we're leaving off on today's show with a wild one. The last title of the segment of today's show is Pooh Island. So we're going to come back to that, put a little pin in it. But first, James, how do schools get the opportunity to get $10,000 in cash prizes?
Well, right now, just sign up. We got about 4 spots open. Still trying to get those filled, so that we can name the list of people. It's unfortunate some of the different, like, the timing of things that go on, but it's a little disappointing, man. It's like it's very sometimes you just need people to just say, hey, I can't come, so you can adjust or just be real with you on some of the stuff. But the event should be still going on. Still should be a great event. Trying to make this thing go. Andrew Jackson High School, and should be either way, it should be a very competitive day next Saturday. Long day next Saturday, but competitive nonetheless.
You also posted this on your X account as well. You got the Community Give Back Weekend, the 7th annual Community Give Back Weekend, happening in 3 cities: Orlando, Tallahassee, and Jacksonville, Florida, on July 18th. You got the backpack giveaway July 25th, backpack giveaway and food distribution for Tally, with the football camp the next day. And in Jacksonville, you got the youth football camp on the 2nd and the backpack giveaway and food distribution on the 8th of August. How do people sign up? How do people contribute, donate to this cause right here?
Donate. You can use the Cash App. You can use the Zelle, or you can go to mftkfoundation.com. And go to the donate now button, and you can donate. You can use your credit card. That way, if you want to. $36 gets a book, but gets a book bag with supplies as well as food. Um, we got to generate as much revenue as possible. Shout out to Baptist Health. They just came through and gave us donated $2,500. So greatly appreciate them for doing that. But yeah, so um definitely appreciate them for that.
To many FSU fans, James, this shouldn't be any surprise with the scheduling of ACC comp. And we have some rankings to discuss because Andy Staples of On 3 came out with the toughest 2026 ACC schedules. And James, FSU is at the top of this list. So you got FSU at 1, Clemson at 2, Georgia Tech 3, North Carolina 4, and Boston College rounds out the top 5 toughest schedules for the ACC for the upcoming season. James, one thing I want to ask you is I'm just going to give you a quick refresh of that schedule so you can see the toughest schedule according to Andy Staples in the ACC. And what do you think about FSU schedule going into it? I know it's a fresh new month. I know we typically like to talk about the new schedules once a month to try to get the conversation flowing for the season. But what do you think about FSU schedule and how do you think they can prove the haters wrong and get over that 6.5 over under win total, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken?
I think a lot of people have it under like yeah, under 6.5. So SMU being SMU is considered tough. Alabama, obviously, is Alabama. UVA, returning team from the ACC championship. Louisville, been consistently coached well. Miami, returning from the college football playoff championships. Clemson, like that row, that 3 game stretch right there is very, very difficult. If Florida State can come out of that 2-1, man, they'll be hot. They come out 3-0, they'll be Mike Norvell will be no longer considered on the hot seat. He'll be considered one of the hottest coaches. And full transparency, if Mike does that, I look for an out.
Yeah, facts.
Like I'd go somewhere else. If I'm able to pull that off, like I'm gonna go somewhere where my efforts are appreciated. But Boston College pie at Pitt on a Friday night. I mean, when I read it, it does read tough. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minimum 7 of those teams, I'd argue 8, don't have the talent that Florida State has on their roster. So Florida State should still be able to win those games. The only teams that should give Florida State some pause would be Alabama, Miami, Clemson, and Florida. I think those teams have recruited better than Florida State has in the transfer portal and out of the transfer portal the last few years. SMU as an overall coaching staff, I believe, is really, really good. And Pitt is just going to be always one of those teams that's scrappy and hard to play against. So, like, yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Want to just refresh you guys on that list of the toughest schedules in the ACC. So, any of my fans of any of the squads in the ACC know what's up for these squads. Florida State, Clemson, Georgia Tech, UNC, and Boston College have your 5 toughest schedules in the
You
conf.
know, it's a team that's never consistently in that. The U.
Yeah, what the hell?
James, we got a rivalry that in the making to discuss. So, On Three did a report regarding Trinidad Chambliss, the Ole Miss QB, and he has some words to say about LSU. So, according to Whale Alexander on the game he's looking forward to the most, LSU. Chambliss added, "quote Lane Kiffin is at LSU now. Weiss is at LSU." And some of our former players that were on the team last year are LSU. It's starting to be a pretty heated rivalry now, unquote. James, is the LSU Ole Miss rivalry something that you think will really brew into a real rivalry on the field with the past of both teams, especially like Jaden, or excuse me, like Chambliss mentioned?
Um, I think it's because you got brothers fight. And like you was with us one day. It's kind of the nature of team sports. You all in, you got to be this, have your brothers back, have this, and then people leave. It's kind of one of those odd things like that just happens all the time in sports. You know, they hate you, and this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden you're over there. Like I haven't been wired like that. You know, when the closest I've ever been to that situation is when I coached at Atlantic Coast and we had to play Mandarin. And it was only a rival because the school Atlantic Coast came out of Mandarin. It wasn't like a real rival. It didn't have like years of tradition built into it. Like, so it's not a rivalry if you never win. I mean, I think we won the first game over there, but it was a brand new school. So when I came to Mandarin, I mean, just like it wasn't really like that much. Like I didn't feel any kind of way. And even the guy who was the head coach who I coached with at Atlantic Coast, Mikey, when he got let go and he had to come and he came to coach at Mandarin, he's a Mandarin grad. So it's kind of like, you know, okay, what are we doing here? But like, this is just, you know, it's it's not a real rivalry, but it could be spirited.
Let's take a look at some Heisman sleepers according to Bleacher Report College Football. So let's take a look at some players with some odds for that Heisman Trophy to see at which players are sleepers, to see which players James would pick as his Heisman frontrunners. I think I know one off top is the second person in this that we're going to show you, but they got QB CJ Carr for Notre Dame plus 750, meaning if you bet $100, you will get $750 in profit, meaning your payout will be $850. So just keep that in mind. And James, I think this is your pick right here. Jay Smitty plus 1,300 for the Heisman Trophy odds. His quarterback Julian Sand would hopefully get him to that promised land. But you got Jeremiah Smith at plus 1,300, and we got a couple more players to look up as well. Josh Hoover, now Indiana quarterback, plus 1,500. Gunnar Stockton plus 1,600 of Georgia. Jaden Mavia plus 2,700 of USC. Marcel Reed plus 3,000 for Texas A&M. This one the odds are starting to get a little bit bigger, and you got Drew Mestemaker, was the former UNT quarterback that was going crazy last year, now at OSU plus 8,000. And last but not least, you have Ahmad Hardy plus 12,500. He is the running back for Missouri. James, who would be your Heisman pick, or even if you have a Heisman sleeper pick as well, who would you take?
I don't know, but I don't believe any of those guys are going to be the Heisman winners. I believe the Heisman is going to come from somebody. Well, it's either somebody very obvious. Who was the number? The top guy was Julian Sand.
For this like sleepers segment, let me go to Hard Rock and look at their rankings and odds of it
I'm
too.
saying, but
So I
was that
can.
who they had?
Oh
Was
yeah,
that one of it?
they had no, excuse me, they had CJ Carr on
Okay.
them. Yeah.
I, uh, that's still odd that Lloyd Carr, Michigan great's son, is at Notre Dame, but I don't I don't think he's gonna get it. I think Sayan will get it because he's on one of the better teams. So I don't think Jeremiah. I think that would prevent Jeremiah Smith from getting it. But um, yeah, I don't think Texas is going to go to the college football playoff. That's what he's going to need. Um,
I'll read you guys off the Heisman odds right quick, James, off of FanDuel, just so we can kind of see where FanDuel has these players. CJ Carr is actually in the lead for FanDuel as well. Notre Dame QB plus 750, Archer Manning plus 800, Darian Mensah, Miami QB plus 1100. He's tied with Trinidad Chambliss as well. Jeremiah Smith, like we said, 1300. Julian Sand, lastly, with 1300 as well. So those are some of the players. And you got Dante Moore, who's tied with both Sayin and Smith.
Mensa, yeah, because if Miami makes a run,
Malachi Tony at plus 3,000, too. Another notable name on this list. Bryce Underwood at plus 3,500 over John Mateer, which I'm very shocked about. But he does have a lot of hype behind him as well. And yeah, you even have the Gators QB in the mix as well.
I wouldn't put no money on him. He might not start. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I, it's just what people be when they're like they miss old college football because like I really don't recognize a lot of the names. Even though the video game come out, did you play the video game, Jaden?
No, I don't really play video games like that.
Oh, okay. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people taking like 2 o'clock that heat drop, and I'm sure it's already gone platinum. But I think if I had to pick, I'm picking Sam. He was in the conversation last year anyway. And if Ohio State wins, the quarterback will go with it. I don't need Mensa will have if Miami's winning, Mensa will have a campaign behind him that is will be extraordinary.
The CFP era started in 2014, and courtesy of the Next Round at Next Round Live on X, they listed every P4 team's ranking in that CFB era, their records, and they ranked them by records in the CFP area. Sorry for that mishap, but you have Ohio State leading the way in terms of win losses in the CFP era, which is 2014 to the present. Like I said, 141 and 19. Then you also got Alabama, 147 and 22, Georgia, 137 and 27, Clemson and Notre Dame rounding out your top five. James, we got FSU on this list, 89 and 61. But if we're looking at the other big three squads, excuse me, you got Miami at 96 and 59, and we got one more game won over the Gators, 88 and 63. Any surprise records on this list from the 2014 year till now?
I'm surprised Florida State's as good as they've been during that period. That's impressive. You know, we've had 3 coaches during that time period. You know, the last 2, one that left unceremoniously, it was 5 and 6 when he was told to step down. One guy got fired in less than 18 months, and another guy has been struggling to keep up. Like there's been more under 500 seasons than over. It's been either boom or bust. It's never been just mediocre. I mean, the worst season was 10 and 3, I believe. It's incredible. Like I just really wish we had more to show for it, but you know, I didn't believe I wouldn't have if you would have told me Florida State won that many games, I wouldn't have believed you.
Kansas is the worst P4 team on this list with a record of 39 and 104 since the CFP era. And also, too, a team looking to get over the hump, Northwestern, 74 and 74, and Stanford, hoping to get over that 500 mark in their win-loss ratio. But wanted to share this with you all so we can kind of get a real, factual, historical kind of look at the Power Four teams' records in the CFP area to see who's really been killing in terms of wins and losses. So I hope you guys enjoyed this post right here as a little refresher before we get into some legacy talk. James Marvin Harrison has another one on the way, and he has another son named Jet Harrison. If you guys are not familiar with Jet, he is a 5-star wide receiver in the 2028 class. He's the number one recruit in the Rivals 300 2028 class, and he chose the Buckeyes over Oregon and Miami, the brother of Marvin Harrison Jr. and son of Hall of Famer Marvin Sr. So I got his tape as well if you want to take a look at
Yeah, let's
Jet's
look at some
sophomore
of it.
highlights. He does play in Philadelphia as well. He does play at the same school his brother played at, if I'm not mistaken, a prep school in Philadelphia, St. Joseph's Prep in Philly. So that's his squad right there. And let's take a look at this sophomore highlight tape.
Single coverage. Oh no, they're in cover. Damn. That's piss poor one of the corners, man. Yeah. They're gonna hit him with the hezzy. He hasn't. They're all playing off of him, but he hasn't gotten any separation yet. All right, we got to press. That kid is awful that he's going up against. There's nothing that's standing out about this film on me right now, though. Besides, he does a great job of high pointing the ball and catching it, but like, there's nothing that's just stating number one. That was a hell of a route right there, and hell of a throw, hell of a dot by the quarterback. Now that right there was sexy. Probably should have put that one first. Okay. Oh man, nah, this film is trash. You see 21, like 21 gave up before he even started. Okay. Then Bell covered. Oh, found the spot. Quarterback's awful. Quarterback hates him with the way he threw that ball.
He seems like a possession guy.
Yeah. Yeah. This is see what I'm saying. Okay, so it's cool. Even Hall of Fame wide receiver dads don't know how to make highlight films. That play right there should have been number one. Yeah, he reminds me of Jamie a lot, Jamie French. So definitely good, not bad pick, but not somebody who I'm just like this poor white boy.
According to Yahoo, he's 6'1", 180.
Oh damn, he is Jamie. Not overly tall, not the biggest. Good body control, good routes. Really good. I think he's he's gonna get whatever not get. He's going to Ohio State, but a lot of that had to do with his paw. But good stuff. Not mad at the film. Not like I've seen more exciting film, but definitely not mad at it.
Kellen Moore is getting shown some love
Actually, I just
by
thought it's better than it's better than the receiver film from. Let's look at. We've looked at all the receivers who Florida State's had committed, right? I'm trying to think of somebody who I would compare him to that I would want to see. No, yeah, it's better than the wide receivers we got. I tell you, the film that we got, I've seen.
Kellen Moore, the former Boys State QB, has a 11-foot bronze statue that the school, his alma mater, made for him, honoring the winningest starting quarterback in college football history. The statue will stand near the northeast entrance of Albertsons Stadium. So, man, that's a crazy piece of hardware, and the detail is insane as well. They got some videos of them making it, but you can just see the level of detail and dedication on the statue right here. I wish Dwayne Wade had,
Yes, about to say that. I was about to make that joke.
That's better than Dwayne Wade's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statue. This one's fire though. It's 11 feet. That's insane.
11-foot bronze statue honoring the winningest quarterback in college football history. Thought that was dope of Boys State to do for their best QB in program history. So wanted to share that. Any Kellen Moore fans, any Boys State fans, just wanted to share this with you guys. Any football lover fans out there thought this was a cool gesture by Boys State. And James, I wanted to get your opinion on this next topic because we're going to close out the college football segment with this topic right here. And it is the top 5 rivalries. I know we looked at the biggest rivalries in college football, but these 3 people decided to try and rank their top 5 CFB rivalries. And I was curious what your top 5 would be. So we got 3 people right here. We got the Iron Bowl. We got Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Texas. Then you got Florida, Georgia. Then you have the Seminoles and Miami. I think this is a pretty solid one off to start right here. David, only
I
different.
don't want to look at David. Fuck David.
Yeah, the BYU in Utah for sure,
Yeah, come on,
and
fuck.
even Blaine as well having the same thing,
The
or
fuck?
having BYU in Utah. But let's look at this list right here and see what you would add to your own personal top 5 CFB rivalries list.
All right. Forget this one. This one is the best of the 3. So we'll go back to him for a second. Go back to the second 2. Run by the second 2 for me real quick, Jaden. Number 2, and then go to the next one. And number 4. Those are all I hate people like this. That's what we're supposed to. So that's America. That's the Army versus Navy game. One of the best pageantry, one of the best games atmospheres I've ever been to. Worst football I've ever seen. The only thing on the line is for bragging rights about people, and for the majority of people, like, one, if people treated service members and their families as honorable as they do with their thumbs, like, it would be great. I would believe it. Nobody gives a shit about servicemen and women. Like, go, if you want to believe it, go ask, hey, do y'all do just simple test? Wherever you're at, if you're not in a military town, go ask if they give military discounts. And you're gonna see no. Like, it's just like with police officers. Like, it's just a talk thing. Everybody got somebody that's supposedly served, when statistics state that that's not true. Like, it's just not. It simply can't be true. Yes, that's part of the reason why some of my money got dried up. They lumped everything under the same thing. The only reason we play the national anthem at football games or it's on TV is because the NFL got paid for that. But most of the people, and I guarantee they've probably never been to that game. I've been 6 times. And 6 times it was some of the worst football I've ever seen in my life.
6, I wouldn't watch
It's not for that. The tailgates,
okay.
the boy, like the trip that you make around it. It's everything that, because again, if everybody truly loved them, who do you think would have the best? When we were at war, you know, the best why they won all those championships, the service academies won them all, was during the Great War, because you got to choose between going to any other school or going there, and they wouldn't send your ass off. If people would love them that much, that's where you would be sending your children to. But you know you don't love them that much, and you know that's not where you're going to send your kid to. Now, what we do need to talk about is when we're talking about top college football rivalries, what is on the line besides state bragging rights? I can promise you this. Where are they based? They got to be based out of Alabama. Do you know? Or can we click on the link and see? I can't see. You got to blow it up.
Not too sure where they're based out of, but they are on 3 affiliate as well.
I hate that shit. That's purely regional based. But let me tell you something that's factual based. That one that the first guy has ranked at number 5, there's been more national championship appearances played in that game, like determined by that game, than any other one on that list, since we all cared about football in the 80s. That's when everything started balancing out. Everybody had their black players. It wasn't a novelty act at that point anymore. And then the Florida State-Florida rivalry has had more national championship implications than any of us. The number 5 one from 1985 all the way until roughly 93, 94, whenever they went on probation, whoever won that game determined who was going to get a national championship spot. Miami winning more of them than Florida State during that same time period. But at the end of the day, Florida State played in, I believe, 7 games that were considered national championship games in the 90s. And when they didn't play in those games, Florida or Miami played in those games. That's what you talk about. That's what rivalries are. Michigan and Ohio State, for most of the time, one was good and the other wasn't. Red River rivalry, you're talking about 2 national championships between both of those schools, if I remember correctly. Florida, Georgia did not win for most of my adult life. Excuse me, it was 1980, and then I think they finally won a national championship in the 20s, because it's recent that they went 40 plus years without winning a national championship. That rivalry didn't have any implications besides having a cool name, being the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Auburn, Alabama, man, get out of here. Get out of here. Florida State, Miami, at one point was some of the best talent getting drafted into the NFL. And Florida State, Florida, even though I despise Florida, I would not disrespect what that rivalry means, and that rivalry is better than damn near everything on that fucking list. Having played in it, having watched it as a fan, and I love college football. But when it just depends on whatever your criteria is, you have to be able to look at it. Who's putting out the most NFL guys? What game actually truly has national implications, not regional implications? Because if you want to put regional implications, Kansas versus Kansas State should mean a lot more than a lot of this shit. But nobody outside of fucking Kansas knows when the Kansas State game is. If it's just about regional, Marshall versus West Virginia is a bigger rivalry than some of these guys to the people in West Virginia. But when you're talking about national implications, you are missing a rivalry, and you have sorely underrated another one. And then the other one is just bullshit that you even put it on the list, because It doesn't mean anything besides warming our hearts and giving us the last. That's when we used to know football was officially like on the downswing. Is when the Army Navy game comes. Because you only got a couple more weeks of college football left. It's almost over. That's the only reason that game means anything to you. It's just like saying y'all really like watching the Egg Bowl. Nobody gives a damn about Mississippi State. But it's on while we're eating leftovers from the day before for Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. That just grind my gears, man.
Well, it looks like you're probably still be in that same mood, James, with the NFL news we're about to get into, because PFF released their QB rankings, and they put Jacksonville Jaguars' own Trevor Lawrence as the 11th best QB in the league. We're going to first talk about this post, then look at the quarterback rankings by PFF. But I wanted to get your opinion on the knock on Trevor Lawrence. So they said that Lawrence must continue to eliminate spurts of reckless play to vault himself into the league's elite tier. Is this an unfair knock on Trevor Lawrence as someone who watches him closely, as someone who covers the Jags, as someone who's seen him progress through the years? Is this a valid knock to place him outside of the top 10 in quarterback rankings?
No, I think that's who's in the top 10. That would be the only way I can say that. But that is a legit. Like he does. There are some mind-boggling shit that he does sometimes that just makes your balls itch.
Here is the list courtesy of Sleeper NFL. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Stafford, Love, Herbert, Dak, Drake May, Brock Purdy, then Trevor Lawrence.
All right, so there's an argument. The problem is Brock's played in the Super Bowl. May's played in the Super Bowl. Get 7 fucking out of there. Stop this shit, man. Come on, dog. Like, for real, man. Seriously. He's just a guy that we've all been programmed enough to say that we have to like him. You don't have to like anybody. How many times can somebody go up against a guy like, you know who did when he played reckless and still whooped his ass in a playoff game? And the craziest part about that playoff game is that it's never in NFL history has anybody came from a deficit that big and not caused one turnover. That means they 3 and out at his ass for the whole second half. That tells you everything that you need to know about that guy at that point. You can say, well, James, that was what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. Well, cool. He hasn't won a fucking game in the playoffs, which is what matters. I would say switch him and Brock, but Brock's played in the Super Bowl. Drake's played in the Super Bowl. You can only keep one, Herbert or Dak. Jordan Love is one of those names that just because he's on a franchise that we all love, he's not a bad quarterback, but he's definitely not a top like that high guy. And why is Joe Burrow played in the Super Bowl, but Joe Burrow being number 2, you got to be healthy to play. Bo Nix should not be ranked damn near top 20. Some of this stuff is just pure hateration and holleration in this dancery.
Wanted to show you guys. Oh, my bad. Just wanted to show you guys the rest of the list as well. Scrolling down so you can see some of the names after Trevor Lawrence, starting off with Jaden Daniels and finishing off with the Cleveland Browns' own Deshaun Watson. So these are the 32 ranked. These are the 32 QBs ranked for this upcoming year, for this upcoming season by PFF. Just want to put that out there. Ranked by PFF.
My bad. Scroll up. All right. There are 16 black African American quarterbacks that are starters in the NFL. What a time to be alive. And probably it's not because of this. But I'm going to state that the worst quarterback play we've seen in quite some time is now, because quarterbacks don't get enough time to develop. But like 16 is crazy. Technically 15 because one is a pineapple boy and the other one is a half breed that's truly his skin complexion is translucent. In Patrick Mahomes, he looks like a bruised banana. But it's still crazy though to see that many guys when we were struggling to get 2 or 3.
This should be an easy one since we're finishing up with the Jaguars, but we have another fun guess the player.
Oh Lord.
We should all get this
Oh,
one.
that's Jalen.
Yep. NIL annulling the league as well. Thought this was a cool, quick one to do. But yes, this is Jalen Ramsey. Guess that player from the Jags to the Rams to the Dolphins. Now he's in that more of a safety role for the Steelers. So, yep, just looking. Just wanted to share this with the Jags fans out there and the FSU fans as well. Love doing the guess the players with you all. It's definitely fun and engaging with the chat and with James. So definitely fun. And speaking of guess the team, James, we got some news coming from Terrion Arnold's camp because his lawyer informs court that he has been contacted by 3 NFL teams and that he expects to join another NFL franchise within 30 days. James, how fast do you see Terrion Arnold joining that NFL franchise if what the lawyer was said is true? Because 30 days seems like a blink of an eye for something of a situation like this.
It would be quicker, but everybody's on vacation right now. I mean, camps start right now. They have to look at their 90-man rosters and determine if they have a spot for him. You know, he's a vet. You know, he can play. You know, like you got to know what he can play. And then please don't take him in Miami. It's just this is why Tallahassee boys got to stay out of big cities. Like you already got jammed up for one thing, sir. I think he's young and you don't have to give him guaranteed money. And now you can treat him in the same manner in which you treated you would treat a free agent, an undrafted rookie free agent that's coming off of their first contract. So you could pay him roughly $1 million, close to $1 million a year. You can get it for a lot cheaper. Just imagine, like, what pick was he? I can't even think about it. I think what year? Because I know he had like $4.8 million owed to him on the back half.
He was the first rounder, and he was let me see his pick. I know he was in the 2024 class, first rounder. He was 24th overall in the 2024 NFL draft.
So you can get a first round pick for $2 million, $3 million at worst for 2 years. I'm gonna take that. 23-year-old. And that means he still has all the opportunity. Technically, he lost is well, outside of what he's paying for his lawyers. Is he's going to lose maybe $2 million, maybe 1.8. Go to a better situation, ball out, nothing to happen. Be like nothing ever happened. All right, you go make your money. You gotta, but the thing is, you gotta play like young. You gotta play like your freedom depends on it. But yeah, so. But oh man, actually, I didn't even think about Jerry. Jerry, listen, as weird as Jerry is, and I don't think Jerry, like, we got to have degrees of racism. Like we used to have degrees of concussions. Like, I don't think Jerry's your like string him up to a tree racer. I think Jerry's a billionaire. Jerry's more of a classist than anything else, and he looks at black people as anomalies. Remember, he was out here giving out dick sizes, which is weird. Now, Tyrion may have to whip it out and show Jerry one, but ain't nobody gonna take care of you like Jerry. If he brings you in and he has love for you, he will treat you like a grandson for the rest of your life. Like, I mean, he takes care of the Cowboys. Like, listen to like Michael Irvin got a younger version, a younger, freakier version of Jerry. But like they'll love him over in Dallas. And the Dallas Cowboys fan base is one of those fan bases that will once you one of theirs, they'll bring you in. So that would be a good pickup for him. That's probably one of the first calls he got. How guilty is the boy? Can we make it go away? Who do I have to pay to get them to take the fall? I mean, legalities wise, the NFL has done crazier things when you and I this isn't to say anything disparaging about a good friend of mine, but like the NFL, like the New York Jets owner took Crow's crazy civil situation with his kids and made sure that Crow was taken care of for the rest of his life, and his kids lacked for nothing. Like, he wasn't going to jail or anything, but he was like, he just had got behind and didn't know. Man, they consolidated all that shit and it made it work.
We got some news coming from Adam Schefter. We covered the Chris Johnson ALS interview on story, and subsequent interview on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan. So Chris Johnson is calling for a revival of the Ice Bucket Challenge to raise awareness of ALS as he fights a progressive nervous system disease. And I was happy to see one former NFL player in particular partake in this challenge in his own fashion, like he normally does. None other than another running back, Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch did do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in Marshawn fashion, and it was dope to see one of many players, Marshawn Lynch, Edgerrin James, countless other players as well doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. Pac-Man Jones showing love to Chris Johnson. But we got the video of Marshawn doing things in Marshawn fashion for you guys. Give me 1 second. The tab sound wasn't coming through, but definitely want that to come through y'all speakers just so we can get a good laugh from Marshawn in this tough time. So shout out to everybody participating in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Nigga, I stand with you. And I'm here for you. I'm saying that you put out the challenge, my nigga, so here it go. CJ2K, my nigga, love and respect. Here we go.
It's supposed to be ice water. And he got crushed. He got crushed ice. So it's soft. So when it hits you, it's not as cold as it's the water that makes it stick to your skin and your clothing. But man, Marshawn Lynch is so cool. Nah, I ain't even talking about that. I my nigga. My nigga Chris CJ2K, got that ALS, and I gotta he said he want to do ice bucket challenge, my nigga. So I say, hey, it's for my nigga CJ2K, nigga. Let's go. It just fly again. There's a white version in the president's seat. There's Marshawn Lynch. There are numerous people that say just be your unapologetic self and all good things will come to you. And yet we still out here trying to, all right, you have to be a little button up. You got to be this. You got to be that. No, you got to be good. Like that's the number one thing. Focus on being good at something, and then you'll be the role model. People will forget all of the shit unless you're Jalen Brown. I think that's it. Yeah, Jalen Brown. Then now you're too good at shit. You're good at everything, so people have to hate you. But nah, that's awesome. I saw CJ's daughters doing it. I think that was really, really. I think it was cute. I'm glad people are talking about it, but people will stop talking about it after 4 or 5 years. So I hate it, but I love that maybe this will get somebody enough.
Let's take a look at Pro Football Network's ratings for the top offense and top defense coming into this next season. I think it's a pretty good list to talk about as well. With the Seahawks coming in at number 1 for offensive rankings per PFN analyst Ian Cummings. 2 LA Rams, no surprise there. Definitely have an offensive beast over there. Chicago Bears, New England Patriots, and Dallas Cowboys round out your top 5 NFL offenses heading into 2026. James, any teams on this list you would remove, and which teams would you add to this list if you chose to remove some?
What am I forgetting about the Bears?
Caleb Williams was just really exciting last year, and everything that he did hit. Like I was watching some of the throws. Hey man, them shit's gonna be interceptions next year. Like it was so lucky, like it just grazed over the helmet of a defender. Like it's just he's running to the right, throws all the way back to the middle of the field, deep to the left. Like it's just like no man, like in the double coverage, like none of that shit made sense. The Bears O line just it looks pie. It just looked like a little kid play a park ball just scrambling around. Eventually, that catches up to end everybody. I would take the Cowboys off the list, put the the Ravens. But yeah, those would be the. It's a lot of top 10 quarterbacks that aren't on this list though. Like, but I guess there's only 5 spots. But like, you got Dak Prescott was lower than some of the other guys that you have on there. Like, you don't have the Bengals. To be honest with you, the Commanders should be up there. But whatever.
Here is the opposite side of the ball, James, and the Rams are top 2 in both categories in offense and defense. Not really a surprise there with the surgence of Matthew Stafford last season, your NFL MVP, and with the recent acquisition of Myles Garrett. No surprise there, top 2 offense and defense going into the next season. But Houston, James, the AFC South rival with the Jags, has the number 1 defense according to Ian Cummings. Then the Rams, then the Seahawks. Seahawks top 3 in both categories. Broncos, and lastly, your Philadelphia Eagles top defense. Same question as the last time for the offensive side. Any teams you would take out and replace, and what are your thoughts about some of the squads, specifically our AFC South rivals in their positions?
I don't think they have the best defense, but I think they have a good one. Eagles are rightfully in there. Going through the list of teams that I like. I think the Rams, especially if with Myles Garrett and if Aaron Donald comes back, they definitely need to be number 1 just from those 2 players alone. Maybe I'd have the Ravens in there over the Broncos, but outside of that, that's not a bad. That I like that list better than I like the offensive list.
Shout out Pro Football Network for these solid rankings of the offense and defense coming into next season. Definitely want to get things moving around for you guys in the chat. Why don't you just discuss this as well? Discuss these lists because I know some of your guys' favorite teams may fall on this list. And even if not some of your favorite teams, some rivals may be on this list as well. If you're Jags fans like us, sucks to see Houston have such a crazy, crazy defense. But man, just wanted to keep you guys updated as we progress further into this NFL offseason and we get closer to the NFL season. So, James, this is a familiar name that we used to cover, we used to mention quite frequently on the show as he tried to progress and join a squad. But I don't know if you're a fan of Madden Ultimate Team Mutt, but they decided to show a Gator some love. Former Buccaneers defensive tackle, Mr. Desmond Watson himself. He is 6'6", 450 pounds, and he's listed as a running back on Madden 27 Ultimate Team with a 99 overall rating and a 98 speed, 99 overall, 98 speed, 97 agility, 99 truck. I'm surprised the truck isn't 100, and a 99
Is this
break
true?
tackle. Thought this was hilarious to share with you guys. I know sometimes they do a little funny jokes with the cards and stuff and highlight some players, but just thought this was hilarious to put across the timeline. You know, Florida Gator was on that Buck squad, but just wanted to share this because, man, this was crazy for any of my Mutt fans out there. That stands for Madden Ultimate Team. So yeah, just want to get yeah, crazy, crazy.
Oh,
That's not real though. He's not in the game.
no,
Okay.
no, it's real.
No. What?
A recently released limited edition fan appreciation card that is 99 overall with 98 speed, a fun out of position card that has become popular. And the way they say it just doesn't mutt.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's
And that dropped yesterday.
yeah. So it's okay to still make fun of men for being fat.
Listen, man, it's brother, it's double standards for everybody. Like, you know, women will size shame men in a variety of different ways, but you cannot size or slut shame.
He didn't make the team, did he?
No, he got cut because of the thing that doesn't make any sense. They felt it was too dangerous for him to practice, so they made him walk. And they kept him on because he couldn't run, but like probably having him practice would have been the best thing for him because he would have probably lost weight. But they just wanted him under 400 pounds, and they would have gave him a contract. But my guy Dave Caldwell called it. Like he said, like no, he's not worth it. He's like the times you would bring him in, he didn't perform well at that when he was at UF, and he's just big for no reason. It's not as much money as you would think. Being included in the game, it's not.
Give me a little extra bread.
It's cool. It's a cool thing, but yeah, like nobody can take that away from him.
Sorry about that little delay, guys. We got another quick little game for you before we get into some other sports news as well. So, James, we got another one of the guests as we progress through the show. I think this one you'll get as well. I don't know if it'll be right away, but definitely wouldn't be surprised if you do get this team right here. So this is based off on the offensive side of the ball in their respective schools. So the starting QB and one of the wideouts, we do not know the school, but we know the running back went to UNC. One of the receivers went to Georgia Titan from Wisconsin as well. And then you also have a wide receiver who went to Southeast Missouri State for any of my ball knowers out there. So what NFL team do you think this is?
Oh, NFL young boy is on the Cowboys. Yeah, that's got to be the Cowboys. Javonte Williams is a starting running back for North Carolina. I mean, starting running back. So it's Javonte and Omarion, I believe, are the only two running backs from UNC when I was going through my head. And NFL young boy plays for the Cowgirls now, so it's got to be the Cowboys.
It is the Cowboys. Yes, it is the Cowboys. The tight end Jake Ferguson did go to Wisconsin, and yep, Javonte, like you said, is the Cowboys back, one of two, if I'm not mistaken, like you said, UNC running backs in the NFL. So we got people in the chat too who guessed correctly. So shout out to James and shout out to everybody in the chat who guessed the Cowboys. So shout out to y'all. Just want to add this little fun game while we guess the NFL team. And I'm sorry, James. It looks like we have to guess the NBA team next for LBJ.
Shit, who knows now? Everybody's the shakeup. Oh, okay, my bad.
Rich Paul was on his podcast with Max Kellerman, and Rich Paul, like Rich Paul does, gave us some insight into his process for his client. So this is the LeBron whiteboard realistic destinations he drew on the Game Over podcast. So we can see some players. You can see going to the left, Stephen Dre, Dallas, and Brad and Tatum. You see Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and B. Jaylen Brown, now part of that 76er squad. Mitchell, Wiggins, Giannis, Bam, that's Miami. Ant, Melo, McDaniel, Gobert, that's Minnesota. Murray, Johnson, Gordon, Jokic, no surprise, the Nuggets. And you got the Cavs are one of the 5 closest teams if we're just looking at the dash marks, tag marks right here. Then the Knicks, Spurs, and then also have can't really no Garland minus Dan plus Grant plus Cody. I think that's still the Cavs. He's mentioning Spurs as well. But these are some of the teams that's going through LeBron's mind, that's going through Rich Paul's mind, not Chris Paul. Sorry for the mix up. And I just wanted to ask you, I know you're a LeBron fan. Where do you see LeBron going, James?
I would honestly want him to. I don't want him to, like, what do they call it? Like, I don't want him to add no more bodies to his count. Like, go back to Cleveland or Miami. And just, well, he has to go somewhere where they will effectively allow him to be the point guard, and he has somebody who can finish. Yeah, and then he would have to go back to being with Pat. And Pat's not I don't see Pat humbling himself. And so I think that kind of destroys that. I know Miami fans will love it, but I don't think Pat would do it. That was rumors too, but the way it went now, I think Golden State signed somebody else. So LeBron would have to take a real big pay cut in order to do that. Cleveland, him going back home would do a tremendous thing for the city. But like, those are the only 3 that I would like be excited about. I don't want to see him in a Mavericks jersey or a Spurs jersey. I was like, ew. If you're gonna go to a mid-market team, go back home. I mean, mid-market. Like, not saying those teams are mid, just like they're not in a big market. And him in New York, no, this doesn't fit. But what's wild is he is able to still command a mid. Like, he went from being, most people go from being primo to the bottom tier. He might not be the number one guy, but he damn sure ain't the number 5. So, like, you're talking about a guy who can be number 2 or 3 on any franchise. That's just insane at his age. Right. So, Yeah.
Shout out to LeBron. Good luck in this process. There's been a lot of speculation that he might break the news this 4th of July weekend, but we'll see if LeBron and company will break the news and reveal which team LeBron will be joining. So, we got some great news for any of my USA soccer fans out there. We got the dub over Bosnia 2-0 to advance to round 16. So the round of 16, excuse me.
Whoa. What really?
Yeah, yeah, it's been going nuts.
So we like a couple of we a couple away.
We in this, but not really. But we in.
Who do we play next?
We play Belgium, but we do not have one of our stars, Balogun, right there because he did get a red card last game, and that caused a lot of controversy because if you get a red card, that means you sit out and miss the next game, and he's not going to be able to play against Belgium, which is going to be a tough pill to swallow for Americans and the American fans, American soccer team.
Man, but you know what? That's okay because like we need the a certain group needs them to win this game because he's not full blown. He's a birthright guy, right? Balogun, that ain't no American name.
Oh, I mean,
His people came over here and birthed him.
that's how we are. That's what we are.
That's what I'm saying. That's my joke. Everybody believes in everybody hates birthright citizenships except for the Olympics and World Cup when we're winning. Like we want all the reels.
Has your timeline been filled with real?
Yeah, Bobby has been going like this place called The Block right around the corner.
Yeah.
Looks like I thought Bobby was at the World Cup.
It looks cool. Yeah, it looks like a whole outdoor setup.
Yeah, like they were just in there like cheering hard.
I don't know though. It says like family friendly, but can you drink there?
Yeah, they got beer,
Oh, fine.
but it's probably not family friendly right now.
Yeah.
But Bobby was posting some stuff like Mexico played somebody or whatever, and that's how I found out we beat whoever we beat Bosnia. But like it's been like a lot of people who I would never have thought would give a damn about soccer, about commie ball.
I've learned so much. The World Cup has so much corrupt history that is hilarious. If you ever get in a rabbit hole on your timeline looking up the World Cup history.
I just saw some. Oh, damn it! I put it on our YouTube. I put it on our YouTube channel. I guess YouTube picks up if something's recorded on a horizontal frame or a vertical frame, and that's how it picks what's in stories and not. But there was like a Black History like HBCU soccer Black History edition. And it was like, what does Morehouse in the FIFA World Cup have in common? And it was wild. Apparently Morehouse had a whole fake soccer team that the college didn't know about. But it's a crazy story.
We got 2 videos to show you guys as we close out today's show and as we move on into the Big Games BS section. I'm sure the last video is going to have a lot of controversy and dialogue surrounding it. But before we get into that Pooh Wildin' video, let's look at our Big Games BS section for today. So we're going to start with our BS or Bussin' food review. And if you guys are new to the show, please respond BS or Bussin' in the chat after we show the food item on your screen. BS if the food review item looks trash and you don't want to try it, or Bussin' if you have a slice of that food item. Today, I don't know how many fans will respond to this one because it uses something that is a part of a beloved restaurant chain across America, the one and only Cheddar Bay Biscuits from Red Lobster. So it's a Cheddar Bay lobster pot pie.
Yes.
We got a quick bussin' from James. Ayo, my
I
bad.
don't even need to see everything else. Yeah, yo, quick bus.
Hey yo,
That's crazy.
that's kind of wild. My bad, y'all. But I'm just gonna play the video so
Yeah.
we can get some more chats in the chat going. So make sure to comment BS or busting for this Cheddar Bay lobster pot pie.
Not all pies are made equal. I found this Red Lobster biscuit mixture and I thought, let's make a lobster pot pie. So for the bottom crust, I cooked off some Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Now, for the lobster bisque, I'm using lobster tails that I'm lightly poaching in butter and chicken stock. And for the soup, I added some more of that chicken stock with carrots, onions, and fennel, added some Old Bay and garlic, and some flour to thicken it up. Then I mixed in some chicken stock and some heavy cream, parsley, some of that poached lobster. You could stop here. You can have lobster soup, or you can add it to the crust of Cheddar Bay biscuits, spread on some more Cheddar Bay biscuit dough, and bake it off. If a pizza is considered pie, then is this actually considered a lobster pizza? And if that's the question, is a deep dish pizza considered a pizza pot pie? Let me know what other pot pie recipes I should make.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I like pot pie. You could have just done regular pot pie, chicken pot pie, lobster pot pie. Like you didn't, but then you said Cheddar Bay biscuits. Come on, dog. Like that's really the real. If Red Lobster's new CEO wanted to really give himself less headache, right? They are the largest purchaser of seafood in America, though.
Really?
Yeah. He could reduce the amount of restaurants that he has, right? Like, don't just close them. Like, finish out your lease on some of them. You got everything can't be like 30-year leases and shit.
Right.
Or if you own the property, go into the process of selling that land. Like ABC in some places, a lot of these big businesses are their biggest arm is their real estate arm. Like In-N-Out Burger, why they'll never close, McDonald's, why they'll never close is they own the fucking property. They can do whatever they want to do with it. But it focuses on maybe making a more high-end experience. And then just some of your classics, focus on marketing it in the frozen food section. Like, did you know you can purchase Cheddar Bay biscuits at Publix?
Yo, when I saw that, I was blown away.
And the thing is that this should be common knowledge.
Yeah.
The problem is this is like the 14th Amendment. People are acting like they just found out about birthright citizenship when it's been there since forever. Like, we should have been known about this shit. We should have been known that I could eat cheddar biscuits whenever I want to. I don't have to go into a restaurant to get cheddar biscuits. And maybe, I don't know what else Red Lobster does well. Maybe some of the other shit that they do well. Maybe they should do a Cheddar Bay Red Lobster pot pie. Maybe that will sell.
Fire.
Like just some of the things, some hot, but that's where you get your remixes at. Like also Golden Corral should sell whatever, however the fuck you make them yeast rolls. I go purchase some of those. I think it's like White Castle. White Castle isn't everywhere, but you can go get a White Castle burger wherever you want to because they're in the frozen food section. But that right there, man, I would, yes.
Especially now with the World Cup, all food people need to get their advertising out.
This is where they've missed the big. Like, I will be honest with you, American exceptionalism masked as racism. American racism masked as exceptionalism has missed the mark. We have had a bunch of people come to our country and experience greatness and really like eating our food. You should have been paying some of the biggest global influencers to come to your restaurant and record eating the meal.
Right.
Or even just say, like, if you're from out of the country, you can provide proof. We'll give you 25% off if you record.
When was the last American World Cup?
Don't know. But I do know we have an Olympics coming here soon. And this would be the great opportunity to kind of move forward. And the Olympics is going to follow a similar format as the World Cup for some of their things. Like, obviously, most of it will be based in LA, but you'll have some other things that like they'll be in other cities as well.
The last one was in
Long time. I don't even remember. Is that no? That's not even when the woman took her shirt off. Is it?
It might be because it says it was at the Rose Bowl.
But yeah, but long story short, now I want a lobster pot pie.
To finish off today's show, we got a video that has been going viral around the music world, specifically the hip hop world, with two famous rappers, and it's involving Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. So this video clip shows Memphis rappers Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 forcing Atlanta artist Gucci Mane to drop Pooh Shiesty from 1017 Records, Gucci Mane's record label. And Pooh Shiesty was doing time, got back out, released some tracks. I know he has a track with Glorilla out, another Memphis artist. Looks like he was trying to do the right thing, but once this footage resurfaced, man, it was just don't know what to say. But let's take a look at the video right here.
Oh, you ain't got no sound on. I don't know if you just want us to watch the video.
Oh, okay. My bad, guys. I did not see speaker wasn't on. No, you definitely got to hear the video for sure, because he talks about Gucci Mane says he dropped Pooh Shiesty, meaning he dropped him from the label. So gotta share this with you guys. Putting it on the screen right now. Got it.
This shit, shit. You dropping this dumb. Bro, let them know you done deal, bro. Why's it done deal? Let them know you dropping me. I'll drop you. No, say it. Who should I say drop from 1017? Shout out to real nigga. Ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You dropped. You signed the paper. I signed the paper. It's done.
So, a couple of things. One, I just want everybody to know Pooh Shiesty is like Pooh Shiesty is one of them rappers that when you listen to him, you believe you can do anything. Like that goon shit. Like I just love it. It's just like perfect riding. Like this song ABCGE. Like, no, I'm dead serious. If you rap it like Pooh Shiesty, it's think about it as the first song the air. Most people find out about him. Bitch, I got my own fight. Don't need security in the club. All that wolfing on the net. I thought you was a thug. Right. Come and get it back in blood. Come get it back. Like it make you feel like when somebody come get that shit back in blood, and then they come like, I ain't mean that. But like ABCGE, that's how you start the alphabet, nigga. Stretch the cereal off the Glock. We changed the alphabet, killer. How you talking like you tough, but you got buck for your pistol. And you know that was us that put your man in the spittle. But you fucking with a boss. Ain't no mouth in the middle. Every time I was the suspect, I was never the victim. And if my shooter gets too busy, I'll have to come get you. Now they screaming RIP and constantly posting your pictures. Like, did he go and do shit like this? You believe it? Anything is possible. And then this is it. This is the other part of the song. Like, they beefing on them social sites. We don't get into that. They know I'm a gangster everywhere except the internet. I'm gonna keep sending shots every time I see a threat. And I'm gonna zip that little boy up. I ain't seen him yet. It's just like, it's just it didn't. He said, I got which one? He's like, which 21 guns outside the Waffle House? Like this man, like it's like like for me, most rappers aren't who they rap to be about. Yeah. This man is literally what he raps to be about, and unfortunately, he hasn't achieved a lot. And this is what I really wish. I am going to push back. It is not a black people problem. It is an American United States problem. Every culture has this same thing. There is a way that people act when they have made it. And there is a way that you do not act when you have not made And Pooh Shiesty is a guy who just does not. It kind of reminds me of The Wire when you had Avon Barksdale and Stringer. We're talking, and Barksdale was like, I ain't really one of them corporate in words. I'm just gonna always be a street dude. And you just got some cats that are like that. Gucci is a guy who's done his time, said, I don't really feel like doing this time no more. Like living the life and kind of he's one of them guys who made it, and you kind of like speak about that old project life in a different manner, right? Because this ain't the same dude that did the verses with Jeezy where he put up, hey man, go dig up your dead homie. Because that wasn't no dig up your dead homie energy. And I'm not mad at Gucci for doing that. Gucci got a lot to live for. But I also, it looks bad. It looks really bad, right? They said Pooh Shiesty had the AK. They said Big 30 had it. And they said that there was a recording and that the AK was like forced on him. And there is no video evidence of that being forced on him. And there's plenty of ways to get around this. Now, I thought it was cut and dry. Like Gucci can't say that gun intimidated them because it didn't sound intimidating at all. But like there's tons of videos with Gucci and everybody else holding guns. Like that man never pointed the gun at Gucci one time. Like it was never in a position where it was pointed. Now, dumb as fuck. This is why people got to stop recording stuff. But he could go to jail. I would never, if I got out of jail for serving the bid for 5 years, I'm not putting myself in a situation where I get to go back unless there's somebody there that I want to see. As my grandmama would say, you got a boyfriend in there? Why you keep going back? Because shit. He the one who did the First Day Out song, right? Because I mean, like his song, if that was his song First Day Out, bro, was it was amazing. And the other part of it too is if they're gonna really fight for it, they have every right to fight for it right now and say that you can't force somebody, you can't sign a contract under duress. But you can tell like he really just thought that the other sad part is if you listening to him, he thinks he's doing this the right way. Because that's how hood dudes like he's not in like it's not a man, bitch sign a motherfucking contract. Do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? It's hey man, you know what you did, nah? But that's also kind of Pooh Shiesty. That's the beauty in Pooh Shiesty's music. It sounds so nonchalant and chill. Like he's a motivational goon. It's weird. They'll get it, but hey.
I don't think you can say motivational goon anymore, James. You know that word. It changed definitions.
Yeah.
So can't really use that.
Hey man, listen, post nut clarity. Sometimes before you you gotta go make a decision, you might need to get that out of that. You gotta get that out your system, man. Yeah, like oh man, before you finna go on that blind date with that ugly girl, man, just get that get you need a motivational goon. And now you can make clearer thoughts. Nah, motivational criminal. I don't even know what they calling them cats no more, man. But
James, oh my bad. Did not mean to interrupt you.
What are your thoughts? You seen this Jaylen Brown stuff?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have are you talking about the disease comment? Yeah, so I know more about, well, I'm not gonna say more, but I like basketball and football a lot. So I was in high school when Jaylen Brown was getting drafted, and I obviously heard the stories about him being smart and him taking advanced classes and wanting to go to Cal Berkeley because he wanted to actually go to a school that stood for something that was kind of counterculture and just really was doing the right thing in their own minds and doing what they thought was right. And so I obviously heard about the rumblings of him being too quote unquote intelligent for the NBA and stuff. And I don't know if Brad Stevens said it, because I know Brad Stevens is getting a lot of blame for it on the Celtics side, but it's just it's definitely horrible that someone said it was a disease.
Colin
Oh, was
Cowherd.
it Colin Coward? Yeah, but he and Jalen Brown, because Jalen
Yeah.
Brown is a streamer. Jalen Brown streams, so he reacts to this stuff pretty recently. So when he saw Colin Coward say that about him, he said Cowherd, his last name precedes itself, precedes himself. So that was pretty funny, pretty clever
But
by him
he's
to
the
say
one who's
that.
been getting into it with Stephen A. Smith too, right?
Yeah, he had last year he had that sit down with Stephen A. Smith about inside sources. It was like the whole state your sources thing going around social media. That was last year. Yeah, so
And so this is similar. And here's the problem that I have. I have a problem with Colin Cowherd. You know I'm saying, that dumb shit. They've been doing that. That's how an entire industry is built on those things. If you can't say it with your chest, don't say it. And we also know that, but again, this is why people say it's racist. Just so people can understand. Whether it is or not, it's everything that you want to picture, and just like even like this last draft is really destroying this narrative of no daddies around. Jaylen Brown was the number 3 overall pick in this draft, I believe. Went to Cal Berkeley. He's graduated. He's got his master's. He graduated, got his master's at 23 years old, by the way. The youngest to ever, I think he was a fellow at Harvard, or MIT, excuse me. He's done lectures at Harvard. He's worked with NASA. He's got an NBA championship. He has an NBA Finals MVP. This motherfucker reads like a kid's imagination. That's just writing down goals to have, and that you would tell this person, if your kids right now wrote that that's everything that they wanted to accomplish in life, you would tell them that they had too many, their aspirations are too high. You would tell them that's nice, baby, but don't believe you can do that. And then they got the nerve, a scout, it says an NBA scout said an executive to, he makes a little bit of money and now all of a sudden he believes he's the smartest man in the room. This motherfucker was the smartest man in the room before he entered the room. And then but that's the part that we know we say. But my problem is the people who perpetuate this. It's a privilege, and it is, but it's also a privilege to have him. What I reads as a man who could do anything he wants to do in life. They also owe him, like, there's like he's messing up his trade. He's messing up his value. To who? He got a 3-year, $128 million guaranteed deal. You got a 3 years, $128 million guaranteed to you, Miles?
Nope.
I don't either. Jaden, you got 3 years, $128 million guaranteed to you for something?
nope.
Sound like he ain't messing up shit for him. Sound like that's a Boston Celtics or now a Philadelphia 76ers issue. People can't fathom, and he's the craziest thing, he's not even 30 years old. You want him to be the kid who got shot, dated the 41-year, the girl, whoever got a son the same age. You're expecting NBA players to be that. You're expecting them to be just dumb, shut up and dribble guys. And when you sit here and you look at a guy that you can't tell, there is nothing you are better than him at in anything in life. I'm better than you is what he's selling. And anytime somebody sells, I'm better than you, it's a problem. When you have made it more than basketball at this juncture, this man did what he wants to do. He wants to speak on politicals. He wants to speak on science. He wants to speak on this. And then you try to send your hitman, you try to send a Sass to come at him, and Sass realizes that he's not smarter than him. You try to send a Colin Cowherd to say some dumb shit, and you realize he damn sure ain't smarter than him. You are trying to diminish him by saying he is the thing that we want every athlete to be. Why? This is the problem. What if basketball doesn't work out? Well, I can become a NASA. I can work for NASA. I can go teach at MIT or Harvard, two of the best schools in the world. I can go do TED Talks about about the mentality of why you put a guard tower in the middle of a prison so that it always feels like eyes are on you, and then now the inmates police themselves. And even if it was just like they were saying this about him coming out of college for basketball, but he got picked 3rd overall. That means 2 teams passed on him. 2 teams passed on the NBA Finals MVP. And then he got a massive contract. And you know what he's probably going to do at the end of these 3 years? He's probably going to sign another massive contract and then walk off into the sunset. He's Neil deGrasse Tyson with a 40-inch vertical. It's terrifying.
He has around I think like 3 years, $183 million left, but he's looking to get in.
128, so I was wrong. Jesus Christ, he has even more money.
Yeah, he makes like 57, I think, million for this upcoming season.
Jesus
so,
Christ.
And he's looking to hopefully get an extension with the Sixers as well. So he's looking to up his average salary by a little bit more money. So probably in that high 60s, low 70s range. So we'll see.
It goes back to my point about ignorant people being the dumbest. Remember when they told us that Richard Sherman was a thug? And then we looked up Richard Sherman. Then we realized Richard Sherman has made 1 B in his entire life. And he graduated from Stanford with a master's. And he's very intelligent. We just didn't like the way that he was talking to Tom Brady. Now, he did get into some domestic issues, but I don't view domestic issues as making somebody a thug. If you're around somebody long enough, they know how to get under your skin. Not saying it's right or wrong, but just I know those things. Been there. Remember they wanted us to hate Marshawn Lynch? Said he was going to be nothing but a thug. And then we found out that Marshawn Lynch gave financial advice to his teammates because he graduated from Cal with a finance degree. Like one of the toughest you could get. And then it made people love him even more. And like I'm giving you free game. You guys are picking the wrong black people to make us want to try to hate. You're giving marketing to a guy who we all say we want our kids to be like. White, black, red, brown, don't matter. Like, the more you hate this guy, the more it's going to make people who aren't Pooh Shiesty like him. Like, shit, I want my son to be like that. Like, that's exactly what that's when you know you can do whatever you want, that's when you have true fuck you money.
The media seems to have seen there was some sort of conflict here and just exploded on making a whole bunch of storylines around it when the truth is JD wants his own team, and he thinks he's better than JT. And the only thing frustrating with me is that he just won't come out and say that part. You think you're better than JT, and you think his name should have been on a trading block before yours or Johnny's.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Forget if he is better than JT or not. The truth is that you put me on the trading block. For John, yeah. So like that's their right as a business person, and he mad about it. Other players have been mad about it. They just didn't have the other accolades as him. Right. Like everybody it's an offensive thing when you feel like you are a marquee player or you a pillar there. You've built your life there, and then now they're trying to move you on. It's the best basketball move for the team, or the team is feeling like they're making the best basketball move. But I don't know, as a Celtics fan, do you even think that they made the best move?
Well, talking about results, hell no. But I don't know what goes on internally.
Yeah.
That says, hey, maybe for me, it seemed like he really wanted out.
After you messed it up and then you didn't get him, hell yeah. Now I gotta get out. Like you meant, like you it's It's the Frank Lucas thing. You took a shot and they missed. It happens. You can't make them unsuccessful because they're gonna always be the Boston Celtics. But two teams where we saw everybody's fan base, like, more so in the uproar. Now I've seen a lot of Boston Celtics fans say, like, man, they really wish this could have worked out. And it doesn't look like my boy Reggie's mad. He's a Celtics fan. Don't know how, but he is. And it looks like he's like, man, they really messed this up. I don't give a fuck what. Like, have you seen Stephen A. Smith was getting backlash about his comments for LA? Yeah. It's the very people I love it for him. The very people that he was over there stepping fetching for are now mad at him.
The NBA is mostly black. It's just a number.
It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you can't say that Stephen A. Smith cannot be our president and be racist.
Okay, if we have a hockey team full of all black people, are you betting on them?
Not at fucking all.
Right.
That's like the skit. The perfect name for LA was the skit from, like, they're black. I mean, you're black. They're white. It ain't hockey. Yo, RJ puts no time. Yo. But you hated LeBron James. Some of my friends like, you hated LeBron James so much. Like, you forgot that even in Kobe's down, like, toward his descent, they didn't have a chance to win. They were in a bad space.
And they're not a rich, their family owned. So the money that LeBron brought was necessary.
Yeah. Like, you're about to be LA and Boston, two of the franchises that built the NBA. If Showtime versus Bird, like, that was when racism, good media racism and journalism was used properly. Like, I love it. It built up the NBA. New York is good now. The NBA is about to really face a worse time period than they did with Jordan. There's so much more that they can have to put out there, but there's nothing that any of you guys care about as much as you care about LeBron as you want to pretend. And when he's gone, like, it's kind of like Tiger leaving PGA. It's just not the same. But I'm looking at these teams and I'm like, there is absolutely nothing that's drawing me to want to just see that, except for now that I know who Jaylen Brown is. But, like, I don't know if he can win in Philly. I like Philly, though. I hope he can.
They got a squad. What you think, Jaden?
No, I don't think they'll win because they don't have Embiid. I wouldn't count in because you know how he is, and their bench as well isn't the best. So they lost Kelly Oubre. He's now at the Pacers, so their bench isn't good, and you can't go anywhere in the playoffs if you don't have at least a decent bench.
That's life. So, you got to have your star player, but the teams that win the championships have the deepest benches. You got to always remember that, man. If you want to win, you got to have a couple that could come off the bench when the star player is tired. But yeah, man, just interesting things in life, man. Just but that thing was that Lakers thing is wild. Yeah. Like, they say Bronny looked like the kid, the Little Rock, the kid who tried to infiltrate Jerry Jones at school. Like, when he came in, it was the one black kid looking into the crowd of white. It's like, that's Bronny coming into practice.
Yeah, they signed him. He stayed.
Bron got his son a contract. It bounced. But yeah, outside of that, that's it, man. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July. Again, celebrate if you want to. Don't celebrate if you don't want to. Try not to fuck up anybody else's happiness while you're doing whatever it is that you do. I'm going to go try to, never mind. I can't even say what I want to do. Wait, no, man, fuck that. I would never let anybody guilt me out of eating a glizzy. I am hopefully going to find a burnt hot dog and some baked beans and coleslaw and have a that's all I want. It's just one of those, and have a great time chilling, getting ready for the next 4 weeks that are going to be balls to the wall. So I hope everybody else enjoys their weekend. And outside of that, I appreciate everybody for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.